It's like a
I don't know.
hard task.
From what I've seen, the baked-in setting is quite. I guess I would call it. To me, I read it as somewhat shallow. The setting. It was just here's a bunch of quirky things that exist somewhere in the world, but nothing beyond that for the most part.
Yeah, but like the classes and the abilities add into the setting of the kinds of people
That's
you will
true.
see in the world.
Yes.
The whole
Okay.
city or town building system that we have completely ignored.
There's a town building system?
There's a town mechanic actually in the second book.
Yes.
You can like farm for the town basically.
I chose not to focus on it for this campaign.
I mean, that makes sense. If we play it again, we're building a town.
Fair. Okay. So, Killian,
we should do a
you
town
have
builder game at
realized
some point.
that something is wrong with this library, especially
Mhm.
because you now realize you can no longer hear the howls from the distance. What do you do?
And there's no way of going backwards because behind me is sealed off.
Behind the others were sealed off. Looking
Okay.
behind you, you got a bit further in than the others. I don't think the glow globe illuminates all the way back where you entered,
Okay.
but it's up to you if you want to go back.
Yeah, I'd start trying to go back until I couldn't anymore.
Okay. Can you please make here we go. Yeah, please make an intellect task. This would probably be. You said you're skilled in tracking.
Tracking and perception, yeah.
Okay, then I think tracking here will be better than perception.
Okay. What's the difficulty?
The difficulty level will be 5 as a base.
So very.
Yeah, so tracking brings it down to 4.
You said tracking is better, but if perception would also work, can't you add that to your task?
In this
basically?
case, I don't think perception's helpful. Is what I mean. Because there's nothing that tracking doesn't already see. There's nothing additional to see, and tracking is
okay.
Like you don't. There's not going to be many footsteps, or especially given that it doesn't. It seems to be repeating the sections. It's hard to also follow things in the bookshelves.
Even with the dust?
The dust is what the tracking will cover. The footsteps, but there's no more signs other than that. No real landmarks is what I mean. But yeah.
And we just need to run into a couple weeping angels.
God damn, no.
Avast and what? All right, so brings it down to 5 with tracking. I can bring it down to sorry, down to 4 with tracking. That means I can bring it down to 2 with my intellect because I up my effort, so I can actually spend for 2.
You have a thing that lets you spend to lower the difficulty by 2?
So I have effort, which means I can spend the first 3 to get 1 reduction from my intellect, and then I can spend another level. I can spend 2 more points to get another level of effort.
Spend multiple points of effort.
Yep.
Okay.
And I have 2 edge in intellect, so and that just comes off the sum, not each individual level. I had to look that up.
Yep.
That would be kind of a broken feature if you could.
Yeah.
Free edge. Nothing counts anymore.
I would like to lower it by 70.
So 2, that's a success with a 13.
Okay, perfect. With that, and you are able to eventually find your way out. You feel something almost shift around you as you peer down at your steps and up above, and you realize that as long as you keep looking not ahead of where we're going, but down at your footsteps and following where the dust prints are, or the lack of dust prints, you can find your way out. And you do.
So we notice we're trapped.
The other 2 of you also, as you come out, Killian, you don't see the others. You see Az by the door, but you don't see the others who went to another aisle. You 2 What do you do?
Do you have a way out?
I can try.
Do you know which way the door was?
Just that pause happens.
I would like to start waving my fingers, like, tell me when to stop.
I would like the perception to see if I can know which way the door is, how to get out.
All right, difficulty 5.
Not getting out, just knowing which direction the door was.
I know which
Then
direction the door was, but it's not
That
there
would
anymore.
still be difficulty 5.
Okay, fine. I would like to run through bookshelves until I get to the door.
What? I mean, if you can just keep pointing, because that might help me out a little bit. Maybe we could figure this out.
Okay, make a Let's see, what roll would be to smash through bookshelves?
He's already gone.
For a heading.
I guess I gotta follow the shark.
It would also be difficulty 5.
Alright, you want to help with your perception to point at the door? And
Do you need help breaking through stuff, or do you need a direction?
I need a direction.
I would like to perception help him with direction.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll help you break down some books.
Okay.
Horatius is panicking at this point.
Yep.
So it starts at 5
Mhm.
to run through all of the magic library.
Yep.
Goes down to 4 with help. Goes down to 3 with my skill in breaking things.
Mhm.
So we're going for 3.
Okay. Difficulty 3. Roll it.
Yeah!
Perfect.
So good. So much shark.
So, you run forward towards the shelf that is picked and smash into it. And I offer you an intrusion.
I'm listening.
As you smash through the shelf,
Horatius is lost forever to the library. Understood?
No.
I better get XP for this.
You smash a hole in the library bookshelf, and then as you are partway through it, the wood itself begins to rapidly regrow around you, contracting
No,
you
that's
and
lame.
squeezing you.
That's lame, no.
Okay, you're spending 1 XP to not be trapped in the wall of the maze.
XP?
You
It's
do
not
have to
just
spend an
0?
XP to say no to an intrusion.
That's so silly!
So to be clear what the consequence of this would be, you would take 5 points of damage and be held in place until you can break free of the bookshelf that is now squeezing.
So it fuses while I'm in a bookshelf?
The shelf itself seems to grab you as it
The
grows.
shelves do not like getting hurt.
No, they
Yeah,
do
no,
not.
I'm spending XP. No, I am better than a bookshelf. I
Perfect.
break better.
I very quickly follow behind the
About
shark.
that, you did help with him getting away, but in this case, Horatius, you still see the bookshelves in your own mind. The wood regrows still rapidly just as he gets out.
No. Oh no.
No, that's happening
Am
either
I
way.
out of the library?
You smash your way out. Killian, you hear just this smash. And through this other bookshelf, you can see Finley arrive.
You see corporate records fly down from the
Yeah.
shelves.
That happens as I'm calling Az into the library, but not too far into the library because it's a death maze.
Yeah.
I'm gonna flip a
I-
coin here.
Do my best to actually turn the flames off for a little bit as I come in forwards very hesitantly.
What do you
Well,
do?
if we see everything reforming behind him, we can just we can assume fire's okay.
Panic sets in, more so, and I just attempt to do what Finley did, but with my blood. So I'm gonna onslaught the bookshelf to get out
Repeatedly.
repeatedly, over and over.
Sounds healthy.
He gets to us. He's like 10 pounds skinnier, very gaunt.
Yeah. Has a beard and gray hair now.
Yeah. What year is it?
I was just saying from lack of blood. Just
Oh.
Oh yeah.
you've exsanguinated yourself coming through the library.
How much does blood weigh?
As much as water weighs.
No, it's heavier than water.
Is it?
Yeah, don't we have like 10
I'll
liters
get
of
put
blood?
on the list. How much does human blood weigh? Oh my god! I got how much does human blood cost, and then sell for were the first two autocomplete.
Google.
Little over 8 pounds
You're
a
already
gallon.
on the list then. If Google did that for
Water's
auto.
Water's about 8 pounds a gallon.
Yeah, 8.3 pounds of
Okay.
is 1 gallon of blood.
So-
Apparently.
Math. I don't have my phone handy.
So,
But if you're
I
100
got
what I found is if you're 120 pounds, which is real little, you have about 4.5 to 5.5 kilos at that size. So scaled up to an adult, you're probably $1.50 as your wizard nerd. You probably have 6.5 kilos of blood.
well. Thankfully, to my Google search, I got the average amount of blood in an adult human body by pound. So it's 10.5 pounds is the amount of weight of blood in your body.
If you lose 10 pounds of blood, you're dead.
Cool.
Less than that,
sure
because
you're
I
dead
need
if
some
you
blood
lose
to
less than-
survive.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
you're definitely dead at 10.
And there's no gaslight. You don't know.
Yeah.
You're just dead.
So,
Mhm.
this will be difficulty 6
Uh-huh.
because I think this
You're
is
not hard
this is
enough.
particularly you're not hard enough. This is
I'm not
particularly
hard
difficult
enough.
to smash
I'm
through.
very soft.
Difficulty 6.
Do we have any
So,
orange juice or
smash
cookies for
through.
him? When he
So I am trained in onslaught, so that helps.
Okay.
Can I also use perception? Because like if I see the wood growing back, I want to like attack prevent it from doing that, right? So
that
like if
would
it
be
grows back.
required. Perception, I don't think would help with that, but I will keep that in mind. You might see something. Either way.
Okay. So
Hallucinations for blood loss.
is this intellect or might, or is this I have
This
to
is
do it
intellect
fast?
for you. This is still you're using your blood to cast, which is an intellect roll.
Cool. I will spend effort and go down to 1 in my intellect pool to make it 4.
Okay.
Oh, God.
I
no.
would
No.
You see,
You
if I
see-
spend an XP, I
Oh.
don't level up. So
We get
yeah,
more
you know,
XP at
I'm
the
fine
end.
with failing.
We
Okay,
get more
perfect.
XP at the end.
You see the wood of the shelf of the library grow into the face of an old lady with 2
As it
eyes
soaks up the
who
blood.
yells at you, "Stop making noise!" You take 2 points of psychic intellect damage for failing.
Oh no!
I assume armor does nothing?
Nope, it does not.
Do you have brain armor?
I have magic armor. I have this. It doesn't say physical, it's just armor.
That does not help with this either.
Okay.
It's deflect. I don't think you can deflect hurt feelings.
So
Wait, does that attack intellect or might?
It specifically attacks intellect.
So can I like dodge?
No, it's a result
just
of you failing the
happens.
roll.
You failed a roll. It's a consequence.
Does that mean you're
So
out?
my intellect is 0.
When one of your stats has hit 0, I don't believe
Isn't she like
you were
wounded or something?
You are wounded. I don't think you're unconscious.
Like you can only crawl or something. I'll go find it.
You
Yeah.
can't do math anymore.
Effort
You-
costs 1+ level. Special rolls only give +1 damage. That's when you're impaired, where one pool is 0.
Yeah, so you're impaired and you can't do math. apparently. So
Moves one step down the damage track.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh.
So what is one step
Where?
down the damage track right now?
So
We
that
don't
is
have.
impaired. Applies effort. One more.
yeah, it's impaired and then disabled.
Yep, it's above the
Ignores
recovery
minor
roll.
and major effects on their rolls, and they don't deal as much damage in combat.
That's not too
I'm
bad.
just
Then,
gonna-
the first one.
I'm gonna test something.
Does it account
that,
for it?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so where is that information? Because the cheat sheet is it's not like as in depth as that was.
Page 112.
Of Discovery.
Let's see here. Okay.
So the damage track is what you're looking for. You just went from hail, which is perfectly normal, everything is at 1 or higher, to impaired, which is what happened to you. So
But
effort
you're
costs
not
1 extra point.
debilitated yet.
Effort costs 1 extra point. Yeah, you ignore minor and major effect results on the rolls. Don't deal as much extra damage in combat. Oh, the minor and major effects don't deal as much extra damage in combat.
Yeah, that's my beautiful copy paste.
Okay.
Your stats are your crits are awful now.
Okay.
Yeah, basically reduce crits and effort costs 1 extra point. That's it.
All right. So, in response to this, Horatius goes into a fetal position for 10 minutes, which is my next recovery roll.
Okay. While that is happening,
As you get
the rest
you're
of you,
supposed by
what
the
are you up
library,
to?
You just curl up.
Also, wait to do that recovery roll.
Okay.
The rest of you, what are you up to?
Alright,
Waiting.
so where is...
He was right
Do
behind
we-
me.
Do
I
we
punched a
torch
hole.
it? Does...
Yeah, torch it. Torch it all.
But he's still in
Torch.
there. Isn't that a bad idea?
Torch it all.
I'll start
No one
working on my
needs
next
those tax
character.
records.
I mean, if no one objects and we all think this is a good idea...
All in favor?
Abstain.
All opposed? Any opposed?
Nope.
All right, motion passes. Fire away.
I'm going to just, try and take a book off the shelf, leaf through a couple pages, light them on fire, and, hold
Throw
it
it
for the rest
back.
of the books. Maybe put a little pile together. Start some kindling.
Okay. After about 1 minute of you being in the fetal position, Horatius, you take another 2 intellect damage, which because you cannot take intellect damage, you choose what pool it goes to.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Oh no! It's
I'm not
poison.
making noise though.
Mind poison.
Are you just crying? You're crying too loud.
Is like does the lady come back and say shut up or
No.
what happened?
Instead, you hear a voice whisper as if in your ear to say, "You're never going to get out of here."
Creepy. All right.
Oh,
To
God.
suck.
I just start running.
After
I-
Are you just running to run, or are you trying to get out?
I can't get out.
You can
I'm running
try.
to get away from the voice.
Okay. Perfect. Meanwhile, the rest of you,
We're watching it burn.
you just continue to spread the fire.
Yeah.
Spread the fire, but make sure that one of us always has an eye on where the door is, so at least one of us always knows the way out of this room.
Okay. Okay. I don't think that's a roll to grow the fire. The fire continues to grow. You're You're just sort of waiting for it. You're not doing anything else?
If it's growing nicely, I'm backing back towards the door there. We can watch this from the doorway, thanks.
Okay.
I'm keeping an eye out for Horatius.
Can you make
Like
a
if I see
perception check
anything.
then?
Okay.
Difficulty 6.
Okay.
I'll help.
Okay. So that's the. You have a skill, or is it just one help?
Nope, one help. You
One
got
help.
shark eyes helping. They're not
Alright.
very good.
I'm sorry, I'm not
We're
watching
more
for
about
Horatius,
those
I'm watching for the door.
Sharks
That's
are
fine.
better at the electromagnetic sense range than they are at the visual spectrum, but I'm using my eyes. So I just I think I see them.
All right. Well, that brings it down to 4. I'm. Yeah, we'll bring it down to 3 with that. Oh, wrong way.
You have an
3.
asset like binoculars or
Nope.
something?
No, I don't. And I rolled a 7, so no good.
Okay. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary. It's been another minute of running. So you take another 2 intellect damage.
Oh my god, I just have to get out? Jesus, okay.
The
Yeah, I
most
have to try
dangerous
and
thing
get
we've
out.
hit so far.
And yes,
So-
as you keep running down the aisles, they keep twisting and turning. You've been, sprinting for a full minute, and it's all you hear are your echoes. You don't hear anyone else if you call for them.
Do you hear
It's
the
just
crackling yet?
left, right, T intersection. It never doubles back on itself. This place feels infinite.
How long
Cool.
does it take to burn an infinite library?
Forever.
An infinite amount of time.
Okay, so just impaired just means effort costs 1 more, and special rolls only give +1 instead of +2. So if breaking through the bookcase is harder than just trying to get out,
Because you're not hard enough.
I'm not hard enough. So
You're weak
follow-up
flesh.
question. If I have 3 XP now, can I level up now and possibly get something that'll help me here?
No, you need 4.
Needed 4.
No, you need 3.
No, it's
You need
4.
4.
Why is it 4?
Because it's
It's always
been
been
4.
4.
I thought leveling up XP was 3.
No, it's
No,
4.
4.
Oh no.
Yeah, I can use late inspiration to re-roll that
You
perception
can.
thing. I forgot about that.
Do you want to?
Yeah, because it gives me an asset, so
Okay.
it'll be an easier roll.
Yep.
All right,
It
so-
clearly says 4.
Okay, re-roll the perception check. So that would down it to difficulty.
2.
Yes, difficulty 2. So that's good.
19.
Okay, perfect.
Do I get an effect on that or no? Or is that just combat?
Outside of a 20, I think it's a 20 only is outside of combat. I think. I'm not sure.
I think you do get an effect on it. It's just not damage or a minor effect. Yeah, you still get that.
Okay, perfect. So in that case, I know exactly what it is. So you notice something, and once you start, it's like your eyes suddenly focus. Like once you see it, you see an enormous, almost completely translucent creature, the size of the room, but very thin, as if it's almost like its own, like a living wall type of thing, that is covering and in front of the entrances to all of the library bookshelf aisles. It is almost completely translucent, but yeah, once you notice it, you're like, oh. It has 2 faintly glowing eyes that you realize were slightly brighter than they should have been. It's almost like some of the dust in that area was slightly brighter. As a bonus effect from the 19, it doesn't notice that you've noticed it.
Nice. So I will point out that there is a translucent curtain monster that's hanging over the entrances to these aisles.
As you
And
watch
perhaps
it,
we should burn that instead.
it doesn't look so much like a single layer. It looks like a creature that has multiple, very sort of twisting limbs that it's stretched out from the center of itself to the edges of the walls on all sides, and you can see those limbs sort of twisting in a way that feels very complex and intentional. It looks like almost a weaving motion. Is what it reminds you of? Yeah, you don't see it physically moving any objects.
The fire going?
No, it's just doing its hypnosis dance.
The fire is.
How is the fire going here?
Roaring. It
Dick.
doesn't seem to notice.
They're cool.
Which is either a good thing it doesn't notice or a bad thing it doesn't care.
I don't have perception.
Of my shoulder at the door.
Can I make a perception check anyway to try to hear where Horatius is in the bookshelves?
You strain and strain your ears.
I'm not in the bookshelf. I'm in the monster.
You don't hear anything.
Yeah, because we didn't hear anything when
except
we were in
the howling from the creature
outside.
in the other room.
The creature. I forgot about the creature.
So I'm gonna try and I can't break through the bookshelf. That's difficulty 6. Can I?
Difficulty 7.
Can I make a speed roll to get out of here?
Run faster than the things can.
Close my eyes and run.
Oh, close your eyes. That's interesting.
That's a good move. I think that's the move.
Okay.
Outthink it. Close your eyes and just run without purpose.
Yeah. Bird box it.
Please make an intellect task to get out of there. Difficulty 4 instead of 5.
I thought this was turning your brain off.
It is.
So then, if it's 4, it actually goes up to 5 because it's harder.
Hmm?
It
doesn't make it harder. Just effort costs more. Oh wait, do you have a thing that makes all intellect things cost more?
No.
Knowledge. Okay,
no.
Yeah, it's different.
So it's 4
instead of its normal 5.
But I can't spend intellect from my pool because it's empty.
Because your pool is empty.
But it says okay. What's the 4 on a D20 again?
12.
I need to get higher than a 12. Okay.
Yep.
40%.
Do you have an escape from danger skill?
I have healing, onslaught, perception, and technically understanding Numenera, but that is counteracted by my inability of knowledge.
It seems like you're out of luck.
Mm.
And unless you use a different form of perception, but that's a stretch.
Yeah. Can I spend effort and speed to run faster?
That does not help in this case.
Okay.
Running faster does not help in the infinite library.
I will spend an XP to roll again.
Okay.
Ooh.
Take 2 more damage.
Mm-hmm. I just can't get... can I just keep rolling the same thing, or no?
No, it's...
well,
actually...
You can actually keep trying and take 2 damage every time you fail.
Hmm.
But a reroll from XP or damage, it's still time for each one passing.
It is, but it's not a full minute, which is also the other thing.
It is, actually.
Yeah, so unless something changes, I'm going to keep trying to get out and just keep rolling.
So the fire's grown, actually pretty large, getting dangerous to all of you who are in there.
I'm too hard for fire, so...
Actually, my specific when I created the thing is Finley is immune to my fire.
Yeah!
That's great. Yeah,
One piece your fire can't harm that character. It's Finley.
Nice.
Yep.
What's the layout like between us, fire, and monster?
Okay, I will quickly draw it because it won't take long.
So my only thought is, shoot just a harpoon with a rope into the monster bookshelves just to provide something as an assist for Horatius to, like, follow out.
I mean, I think we might just want to hurt the monster and see what happens.
Yeah, can I
Apparently
break the
fire is
illusion?
not doing that. So how on earth else do you hurt it?
I did not hear what you said. What was your question?
We hurt the monster if the fire doesn't.
You may attempt to hurt the monster. The wiggly line there is where the monster is. I'll change color on it.
Okay.
So service desk here, shelves up ahead.
And the service desk is on fire, I'm assuming?
Basically, yes.
The bookshelves are on fire. We lit the service desk.
We can't get to the bookshelf.
There's also some small shelves here. But
So,
yeah.
if you go past the monster, though, you're, like, in it.
Yeah.
So, we wouldn't have gone that far in.
No.
Can I push?
Because I know where I came out of it.
Can I push the flaming service desk into the monster?
Yes, you can. I love it. Okay.
Like, not but the service desk. I would like to push into the monster.
Please make an attack roll.
Can I make a might
Physical
roll?
attack. Yes, that is a might roll.
Not an attack. I'm pushing.
Oh yeah, you can push it without a problem. It's just pushing it at it in case it might notice and avoid. Because it hasn't noticed yet, you'll have an advantage on this attack roll. It will also be.
What am I rolling?
It's a might attack to push it in. The difficulty will be 3.
I have an advantage, so it's 2.
No, that includes the advantage. It's normally 4.
Oh,
now it's
so
3.
rolling 3. Okay. Am I breaking anything in this process? Am I breaking the illusion?
Breaking the desk
you're
from
breaking the
usually
desk.
like they're moored to the ground.
Yeah, breaking the desk.
You have to listen to her. She's a librarian. She knows.
Breaking the desk is not the thing that's in question.
Alright, so I'm rolling 3.
Yes.
Huzzah! I'm so
Oh.
good. I am the best shark.
So, normally,
I mean,
this would be
there's
a
a-
heavy weapon of 6 damage. Yes.
There's a disarm effect on major effect. It says that they drop. Where is it? The foe drops one object that it's holding. Is it technically holding?
Is
Horatius?
it holding me within the illusion?
Yes. I think
I
that.
would like to extrude Horatius.
So, yeah, we hear a almost like you all don't hear it not from your ears but in your heads, this hissing like shriek as it suddenly gets burned from the desk. And Horatius, you suddenly feel very dizzy for a second as your inner ear freaks out as you see the bookshelves around you just almost like watching a Matrix movie. Like they just expand and contract like rubber, and then when they get back to normal, you're standing in the middle of like a 20-foot long aisle that you can see both ends of now.
It's a good thing I was running with my eyes closed.
Oh, okay. So yeah, never mind. You
Straight
just
into the
like
flaming desk.
yeah, you just run. You run, eyes closed, right into
Right
the
into
flaming
the shelf.
desk.
Well, do I feel now like this change in temperature because the whole library's on
I
fire?
think you
That
open
depends.
your eyes
You
when
said you were
notice the
panicking.
fire.
I'm not. You might notice it,
Yeah,
but
that's
not
fair.
register it until you trip over it.
Mm, okay, I'll do that.
Keep your eyes closed. Is that bacon? What? What?
That's me.
The creature
I guess if we-
hisses, and you see it starts to contract, almost like cling wrap can contract if heated a bit. It just like starts wrinkling and contracting, and starts rapidly grabbing with its almost like ribbon-like limbs up to the ceiling, which it's just like grabbing onto the flat surface ceiling, and starts pulling itself up towards the ceiling.
We don't need the library. We could just leave.
I wonder what more fire would do.
Burn it! Burn it to the ground!
We still have to get to the bottom floor of this building.
We can do that when the floor burns out.
Yep,
Okay,
I'm
so
not
I will
caught on
offer a
fire.
GM intrusion to Marissa. If the fire is not put out, it will consume eventually this whole building, which includes your way back.
This building sucks. Let it burn.
Yeah, I'm good.
You
This
accept the
building can
intrusion that it will burn. Okay.
XP we hand it to. You know, the game wants you to like hand it to people who've done good role play or this thing, and it's like, where's the equality?
Who do you hand it to?
Roll a D3 if you can't figure it out.
Who's the
That's
biggest
easiest
shark
thing.
in the room is really
Listen.
the answer.
Who's the reason why
I was
you had
talking
to
about
set a
Finley.
table on fire? That's all I'm saying.
Actually, no. I think I am handing it off to Horatius there. The beautiful. I'm going to just close my eyes and onslaught.
Close my eyes and run.
Just so much panic. I felt it.
Okay, and as you all watch then, not doing anything, it seems, the creature
Oh yeah, I'm running to the door.
reaches
That's what's happening.
up to the ceiling and pulls itself up through the ceiling and disappears.
I mean, whatever. We already got our empty field generator.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Why was that in a library?
Is that normal for libraries?
It's the break room function from the service desk. They turn it
We're
on
talking
to
about the
make it
screen
seem like
most
it's
places,
empty,
but-
so they can hang out and eat lunch.
Now that you've gotten to the other end of the library, or rather now that you can see it, because even from this side you can see it, especially now that it's very well illuminated. There's another door on the other end of the library shelves.
Ooh, you want to go to that door?
I hate libraries.
This is your only
I
chance
hate
before the fire
libraries.
makes it
I
dangerous.
hate libraries.
You want to go to that door? Come on.
Yeah,
Any door but
I'm
here.
going to that door. I'm
Yeah,
just
go to
making
that
the
door.
decision.
New door.
Yep.
We like.
It's either that or emo puppy, and
Well, we could go down in the hallway, but
When I was a young pup.
Okay. As you quickly get through the library before the fire starts making it too dangerous for you.
Start pushing shelves down as we go.
yeah, push shelves into.
Yep.
Knock a couple books off.
Yep. Yeah, you go through the door and close it behind you, cutting off the last
The
sound
fire.
of the howling. You no longer hear it. Something occurs to you just as you were leaving.
I'm gonna grab a couple of books and just stuff them in my bag.
Yes.
On my way out.
Any just random books?
Yeah.
Okay. Killian, something occurs to you now that you're out of it. The time in the maze when the section repeated itself, despite it saying itself was the same section, it had slightly fewer books than the first time you were through it. Like a few books were just missing.
Okay.
And as you run past, it's obviously on fire, but those books are still missing in the real version of this library as well.
Okay, so there's like entire sections that just aren't there that really
They're
feel
not
like they should
empty.
be.
They're not empty. It's more feels like there's like the bookshelf looks full. It always looks full, even though there's fewer books there. Like
Weird.
the shelf itself
Okay,
is
it's a
shrinking
perception
to
filter
accommodate
kind
it.
of thing. Yeah.
Or something. Yeah, it's not quite clear. And you could stay and figure out what's happening in the middle of the fire if you want to.
I mean, that
Finley can.
as wonderful an idea as that sounds, being the smartest hot dog in the pack. I think I'll go through the damn door.
Okay, cool. You go through the door. You do not hear the howling anymore as the door closes behind you.
Only a
Instead,
faint crackling sound.
you hear a loud rumble from all around you as it begins to shake the parkade you find yourself in.
In the parking garage?
Yes.
On the top level of a building?
We'll get to that.
This whole place doesn't make sense.
We're 70 feet down, aren't we? Something like that?
Oh, my mistake. Sorry. You went down a short stairwell to go down to a floor below.
Mhm.
We're in a
couple
parking
floors below.
garage.
And then you exit into a parking garage.
Do we just get in like a car?
All of
and
the cars.
put it in neutral.
We'll get to how the cars look because they don't look drivable.
I'm not saying driving it, just like
They're also
gravity.
hover cars.
So there's a loud rising and falling rumbling that cycles every 10 seconds or so. At its peak, during the few moments at its peak, the entire parking garage shakes and rumbles slightly. The parkade is filled with many now rusty cars, but many of the cars look like drippy. Like somehow the frame and substance of the car was briefly turned to liquid and then drunk from one point like a straw, and then turned back to solid.
This reminds me of the liquid stone.
Similar to that, there are many patches on the walls, ceiling, floor, that look like they turn into a puddle, were partly drunk from like a straw, and then solidified again. That's all. The only way I can describe it. It looks like that.
So there's a new monster in this room too.
I'm just worried about where the old monster went.
The parkade itself is fenced in, which means you can see the outdoors. You look like you're actually fairly close to the ground level.
How many stories, if I had to guess?
5. You're 5 floors up, and looking down, you see a P5 labeled on here.
Oh.
There are 5 floors in this parkade.
I think we just walked down the parking garage.
Well, the rumbling, is it like a Doppler rumble where it rises and falls, or is it like impact rumble?
It rises and falls.
Okay.
It's a cycle.
A large thing growling?
Is it
do you want to
is it regular in its intervals?
It is.
But you said it was every 10 seconds. That would imply mechanical.
Yeah.
So from what we've seen, mechanical and, beast is not.
Consult the book.
My brain. Read this.
No, he's just hyperventilating, trying not to burst out into tears.
Do you want to take your 10-minute rest now?
Please.
Yeah, let's take our 10-minute rest.
Okay.
I'll also heal.
I would offer surgery, but I don't think that fixes intellect. So
it does not. You can offer surgery to the
anybody that's got physical damage for.
I don't think there's been healing for Finley, and he took some physical damage from the wires, unless you healed it all.
I can take some more points of healing. I have 4 points of physical healing that can be done.
I have 6, 8, 10 points between my 2 pools I could be healed physically.
Okay, well
I'm always very hurt.
I've got 2 skills and an asset for this. So you guys name what you want to heal back.
You can do 3 without penalty then, right? Without a roll.
Yeah. Right.
I will take 3 might as you staple together some of my razor wire wounds.
Can I go for 5?
Yeah, your funeral.
Because then it's only a 2.
Yep. 2. Yeah.
Yay. 1, 2. 3,
Thank
4,
you.
5.
I have been surgeried.
Yay. My physical wounds are healed, but my mental ones will stay with me forever.
That's to life.
I don't know how many times I ran.
Could
ran
I push one of these cars down the
ramp?
Down the ramp.
You can, if you'd like to.
Yeah. I'd like to push one down the ramp.
And just let it go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe break into the car and rip the brake cable out.
I'm gonna start setting up the Heidi thing.
Okay. You rip the brake cable out.
I guess it's just cutting the brake lines because all the brakes are hydraulic unless there's sci-fi technology involved.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's just like reaching out of the car and like ripping a couple, like literally four tubes out to disable the brakes.
You disable the brakes. I guess you wouldn't know what brakes are. Actually, yeah, you wouldn't know what brakes are technically.
Brakes are really simple. Like, it's literally a disc that spins and two plates that clamp it unless they have drum brakes.
What I mean is, has your character seen a car before?
But you can see it. Like, when you look on the inside of the car, there's a tire, and then there's a disc, and then there's two things that clamp onto it.
But you wouldn't understand a transmission to put it in neutral either.
I guess. But if you rip out the stuff that stops the wheels from spinning.
I guess the real question here is, Killian, do you help?
Yeah, do you explain?
As our resident old world expert.
Yeah, and I do have the skill pertinent details on a topic you once heard about. So
that seems like a helpful skill.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'll help disabling the anti-moving things on cars. I'm a mechanic. You can tell.
I'm sure Killian's cut a brake line or two in his day.
Okay. I don't think it's a roll. There's to set the car up to roll, and then you push it down the ramp, and it slowly rolls and accelerates. Is it going backwards or forwards? Like which?
It doesn't matter, does it?
No, not really. The car smashes against the cement wall at the bottom of the ramp. Because it's one of those things where you're supposed to go and then turn. And then the car alarm starts going off.
Weird. The battery's still on?
These are cyberpunk cars. You don't know how long the battery lasts.
They're like nuclear fusion batteries.
And then the rumbling stops.
Is that a thing?
And then the rumbling, the crescendo of the rumbling where everything shakes, a louder, shakier version of that appears constantly for a few seconds. And then you hear an approaching thunderous thumping.
Are there any windows here?
The answer is it's a parking garage. They're all windows and it's all completely fenced in. You're 5 floors up.
Hey, Killian, do you want to go fly one of these things over to the other building? We'll swap the gravity and go over there real quick.
The other buildings do not have parking garages. They would be just a wall.
That's fine. Getting to a wall of a different building sounds like better than being right here, right now.
About 3 feet off the ground, can I try to set up a razor wire in the meantime as this rumbling approaches?
Yes, you can.
When you say fenced in, does that mean like there's chain link fence like around where?
Yeah,
so you
even
can't
with
like jump out.
Correct. Cyberpunk or not, I think they'd still use chain link fence basically for it.
Yeah, it's cheap. Okay, so there's anti-suicide fencing. Yeah.
So is this like, I know some parking garages have like an elevator shaft, right? Like for the elevator, or like a stairwell, right? Is there one of those? And if not, how many of these cars have trunks?
Okay, most of them probably have trunks. There is one, but you're in one corner of, you're basically in like one corner of the parkade, and it's in the center. Do you want to just dash over to it? It's
We're setting up the anti-fuel generator. We can just make it think that it's here.
Yeah.
To be clear, the empty fuel generator is anything within a very long range, which is like sniper rifle levels of range. Not literally miles, but like video game sniper rifle levels of range. Like anything.
Essentially, it would be inside it, and it would no.
Potentially, the ramp up here is inside it.
Okay, then I meant that as a joke. I was setting up the generator.
Yeah, but I think razor wire, tripwire.
Okay.
And then we hide, just to see what comes.
Do we want to do trunks, or do we want to go to the middle shaft?
I think we just hide behind some cars.
I'm gonna go in a trunk.
But then you're trapped in there. If it's a dragon, you're dead.
I'm dead either way. Because I don't have any stealth skill. I'd rather not be seen at all than have a chance to be seen.
I guess,
I
yeah, it's
like that
better
elevator
if everyone
shaft.
else dies so no one can let you out of the trunk. It's better that you die in the trunk than due to the many other things that could happen.
Listen, there's a way to open a trunk from inside of the trunk.
That's fair.
You're
But
breaking
remember,
into
these
the
things are
trunk, so you're gonna have to hold it
all
closed.
these are surreal cars at this point. So like,
These are drunk. Yeah.
Okay.
I just hope I don't get drunk. That's fair.
I'm heading to the elevator shaft. I'll go and hide in there for sure.
Okay.
yeah, there's a stairwell you said of some
Um,
kind.
you came down from the stairwell. No, there's just an elevator shaft. A broken down elevator is on the ground floor that you can look down, but you can still hide if you like climb into the shaft itself.
You know,
That.
workplace safety is going to have something to say about there not being a stairwell that's accessible on every floor.
That's the thing about cyberpunk futures is
They
they've all
don't
been,
care.
if they exist still.
They just got
That's why
sick of them always
that's
smelling like
probably
urine
why
and
Star
just designed
Wars
them away.
safety is the way it is. Is just that same reason.
Well, it's
Anybody
also
who
like
complains, we just push them.
in a cyberpunk world, if you like can't walk because of like a spinal injury or something wrong with your spine, you just get a bionic spine and then you're fine.
Yeah, just get a new one.
Yeah, just get a new one.
Okay.
All right. Well, I will go closer to the elevator and hold my vanish.
Okay.
Away, invisible.
I'll hide in a
So-
car closer to the elevator.
If you are keeping yourself in a trunk, then you do not have to make a stealth check. If you are turning yourself literally invisible, then you do not have to make a stealth check. But for the rest of you, can you please make a stealth check at difficulty 5?
Is this speed? It doesn't
This is
matter. I'm
speed.
just gonna. Alright, 5 it is.
Actually, it depends how you hide. My bad.
Hmm. Well, there we go.
Okay.
I'm in the inside of the elevator shaft, hanging on. Does climbing help?
I would say that could be either speed, and yes, climbing would help with that, or intellect for being an unlikely place someone or something would look. You get to pick.
In this case, I'm going to go with speed. I'll use climbing there, and I'll use 1 effort to get it down to 3.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Okay. From what I can tell, then none of you can really see what's approaching if you're hiding.
I'm just standing out in the open. Well,
Oh, invisible. Okay.
yeah, with
perfect.
with invisible
Finley's
camo.
technically, crouched behind a car.
Yes, and Finley
So it can't be that hard
does
to
not
see through.
succeed. And I
There's a
think
fin poking out on top of the.
I think the height of the thing approaching might be why it sees over the car, because what approaches up the ramp at first, it seems like literally a moving mountain, but as it ascends the ramp, you see is more like a moving mountain covered with vines of plant and flesh in the rough shape of a gorilla. In terms of limbs, body shape, head, things like that. And it is about 15 feet tall. It, walking up the ramp, effectively takes up the entirety of the ramp, and it does have to squeeze slightly to get up here. It walks
what
up,
that tells me?
rumbling.
It can't fit in the elevator shaft.
That's actually true. You
We
can
all need to
see
make our way
it
to the
really
elevator
can't fit in the
shaft.
elevator shaft. It goes up here, and its head is scraping stone against stone. You can hear it against the ceiling. And it just looks down from its vantage point at the crouching shark fin. And
Does the
then
razor wire do nothing?
Oh
it
yeah, you
walks
start
up
on
to the razor wire. And Killian, you get a good viewpoint of it. You can see as it approaches. Oh, sorry. It's not just made of. It's made of not just stone, but the rubble is sort of metal bits mixed with stone. It looks like, again, a moving collapsed building, in a way, is what it is covered in. When it touches the razor wire, you can see that the razor wire doesn't harm it. And furthermore, as you watch it, breaks the razor wire. The razor doesn't cut it. It gets caught in it and then you can see the leg of the creature. Something in it sucks the razor wire into the leg.
Cool.
You gave it an
Great.
upgrade. Awesome.
Don't touch it.
You remember when you wanted to make a concrete thing with razor wire wrapped around it? Well, now it's alive.
Yeah, you got your wish.
It doesn't
And
like
it
you.
sees Finley, and it roars a deafening roar that all of you can hear. It's clear that it saw one of you, even those of you who can't see what it's saying and doing. Let's roll initiative.
Is it roaring in the speak of animals, or is it roaring in the speak of something else?
It is
Is a concrete
not
monster a
clear.
beast?
Yeah, it is not roaring in animal speak. It is roaring in territorial rage. You can tell that much. It doesn't mean it's not capable of speaking. You could try to
Parlay.
further your communication with it, but the
Let's do some
roar is
social
just
interaction.
territorial rage.
What's the initiative?
The difficulty for the initiative is 7.
Ooh.
Oh, dear Lord.
To be fair,
To be
I
fair,
think it's only 1.
So if none of you are spending effort or have bonuses, yeah, everyone is acting second. Okay.
boo.
It's good.
Yes.
Well, we're all acting at the same time.
Yep. We get to see what it does
so let's
first, and
see.
then we can decide.
Yeah, let's delete these spiders. They are the least dangerous things you guys have seen this session. Let's see. I'd say you
We
both.
didn't fight most of the things we've seen this session.
Killian, where are you? You're just near Finley, so I'd say you're still about here.
No,
in the school.
I'm over near Az because she went into the elevator. I went near it.
Okay.
So I could bail out if needed.
Horatius, you're in a trunk over here.
Okay.
That works.
And I
Yeah, that
assume
works.
that Finley is in the car, like, next to the trunk, because that makes sense.
Yeah, I assume he is in the car there. The creature is. Let me go find. I'm just gonna find like an actual boulder token, because that'll work. It is a short range from Finley, because this is not a like it's a single, like, just some cars to the left and some to the right parkade, so it's not that big. There we go.
Good, it's a rock.
Is it big enough that it takes up, like, the
It cannot.
entirety of
There's no
short
rules
range?
for things taking up multiple range bands, so
Oh, okay.
it does not. And on its turn, it walks right up to Finley, smashing the car that you're hiding behind just by standing on top of it.
Cool. I would like to run towards the elevator on my turn.
Okay.
I would like to spend extra speed to run far. I would like to spend effort to run farther
That's a good idea.
to get, like, right at the mouth of the elevator.
You can do that. Okay.
Is it an action to exit the trunk?
It is.
Yes.
That's the thing. It is an action just to exit the trunk.
Now, can I spend effort to also move, or no? Is that like spending effort to move an extra band? Is if you're already moving?
I think it's the latter. Unfortunately, is if you spend an action to move, that same action lets you move further.
But he doesn't know I'm here.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stay in the trunk.
Perfect. Okay. Killian and Az.
Again, can I hand off the other gravity thing and say, put it down there? Like, let's get a softer fall, or do we do?
Oh, like go down the elevator shaft and set that up so.
Exactly. If you
Hand
set
it
one
to
at the
me.
bottom, I'll set it at the top.
Yeah, I'll dive into the elevator through the top of the actual elevator at the bottom of the shaft.
How deep is the elevator shaft? Like
5 floors, then down.
Does it go straight down?
Straight
Okay.
down to the ground floor.
Well, if the elevator's down there, it'd be
So
4
it'd be
floors
more.
from
It'd be probably, yeah, slightly over 50 feet down then.
I mean, I guess we could also set up a
40
rope.
feet, actually, because it wouldn't be this. You would have to go down this floor.
What is that in bands? Like if you were moving?
I would call it long range.
Short band, I think.
I'd call it long.
Long? Okay. Well, hand me the thing. I don't know if that's an action or not, but
it would be, yeah.
I'll hand you the thing with the action. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll do that for now.
You can move and
I'll
take
So
an
my
action.
action is handing you the thing.
Because is it move and attack, or does it move and take an action that you can do as a glaive?
I'll go check it.
Because you could still climb down yourself if you wanted to. Okay. Either way, Killian, you were given the gravity manipulator.
Yep. If I can see the bottom of the shaft, I will teleport down there.
Okay.
At least one half
You
of
can.
the gravity manipulator, you know.
You can. Daylight that is out here is illuminating it, so everything's pretty.
Damn it!
Good.
Knew that was gonna happen.
Uh
Teleporter's gone.
that was a good cipher. Okay.
I could give you back the walkie-talkie because I haven't used it yet, because that would be a useful thing to have also.
As do you move?
I can move, and
you have the climbing skill.
I'm still hidden, but it did see the shark run into here. And what is
Run
no,
up
the
to
shark's
here.
just
He's just outside
Yeah.
the elevator shaft.
no. I'm going to stick around, stay hidden, and watch to see what's going on.
Okay.
And if I'm going to need to help, because it's not set up anyways.
Finley, on the creature's turn, it picks up the crushed car that you were hiding behind and throws it at you.
Cool.
What do you do? Because I'm not sure how hard you are to just.
Hard enough.
Yeah, this is not a hardness. This is a blunt force trauma thing.
Yeah, I'm harder. Let's do this.
You're gonna try and smash the car that's thrown at you. Okay. This is a difficulty 7. Oh. Oh no. This is a difficulty 9 roll because
What?
it has a specialty in
What?
Throwing things.
Not
Is this Donkey Kong?
No. Just a sec. I'm checking something. No, okay, no, you're fine. It is difficulty 7, not 9. If you were trying to break it would be difficulty 9.
Yeah. I would like to spend effort.
Okay. So that brings it down to difficulty 6.
And then I am really good at not being hit, so it's difficulty 4.
Okay. That's way better than it would be for anyone else.
Oh,
That's
no.
not enough.
Oh, I
As
spent
the
XP.
As the car.
I spent
We're spending
XP.
XP.
I'm
Okay.
rerolling. I'm surviving.
Okay.
Yay! I'm so good.
So the car you see is flattened pancake car flying towards you. You pivot yourself to the point where you and then like smash
Headbutt
face
it.
and
I
fist
headbutt
face first into the flattest, thinnest part of it, and it just like cracks in half and then goes past you, and you see it's embedded. And yeah, they crash into the walls of the parkade behind you. Crunch to the ground, dust everywhere, and you're fine. Yep.
I would then like to dive down the elevator shaft, once again face first, using the elevator to break my fall.
Okay, yeah, you're
So
right. The elevator is at the
escape-
bottom there, so technically it's only 30 feet down
Yeah.
or so.
But also, didn't we do fall damage before?
So yes, you take
The elevator
3d6
will
fall
break my
damage.
fall. Elevator will break my fall.
Let me double check if there's a test to break your fall damage. I don't remember.
Can I be hard enough to survive?
Why not grab onto the
No.
elevator cable?
Wait
No,
a
you
turn.
cannot.
Let me set the thing up, and then we'll turn.
He will not.
I'm surviving.
Hold on. Fall
Horatius
damage.
is dying. I am
Turn
so
around
sorry.
and
Listen.
walk down the wall.
I'll know when he gets to my car because then
You'll be dead.
he'll be on top of me, and then I can, try not to die.
Okay, I'm trying to find.
Hit the car and then dive into the elevator shaft.
I think it's just a d6 per thing. I don't see any. I'm trying to find the fall damage.
Sorry, I was muted.
rule.
It's 1 point per 10 feet.
Just 1 point? Are you sure?
Yep, it's page 111.
Okay. Huh. Then you take 3 points of might damage.
Can I might defense it?
This
I
isn't
don't
an
think so,
attack.
not
This isn't
roll.
an attack, so no.
It's ambient.
I mean, whatever. Take 3 points of damage is better than a car.
Yep.
As I smash through the elevator.
Yep. You smash through the elevator, land in it, take 3 points of damage.
Can I argue for 2 points as I use the elevator break part of my fall?
That's why it was just 3 points instead of 4.
Okay.
Okay. And you get through it, and that's your turn.
Yep, that's my
What
go.
Okay. What are the rest of you up to?
Well, I was going to set up this thing, but there was a hailstorm of shark right next to me just a moment ago. So I guess I'll look in the hole, make sure you're not dead.
I don't look good. That's fine.
You're fucking stupid. I'm trying to make it easier to do that. You just jump down, fuck. Let's just set up
If
the
you-
gravity thing.
If you yell at me, I'll try my best to climb down. I guess. Okay, I guess we don't have time for gravity things, and I'll, there's got to be an elevator cable or something, right?
Yeah, there's a cable.
I will go to climb down the cable and use the fleet of foot to get to for the long.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
none of us have told Horatius we bailed on him.
It's just like, it's okay.
I'm just
it's
sitting
okay.
in the truck with the little communicator, waiting just in case.
Horatius, can I offer you a GM intrusion?
I will hear one.
That the next car the creature grabs is the one you're in.
And just to refresh my memory, the one he threw before pancaked against the wall.
The one
correct?
he threw before was already pancaked by him before he threw it. You'll just get thrown against a wall at violently crushing, force.
After he
Now.
grabs the car in his hand, probably by the trunk.
You get XP though.
I
XP.
do. I don't know how much damage that was though. But
We
hold
don't
on.
know.
It's a
I could
7
put-
on a
If
1
you're
to
hard,
10
it's no
scale.
damage at all.
Yeah, get hard.
Could it be more than 21 points of damage that I take?
I don't think anything can deal 21 points of damage.
I will take that then if I am thrown down the elevator shaft.
Okay, so it's obviously it's not the creature's turn right now, but you can yeah,
It's your turn.
it's your turn. It's going
Speaking
to
of
grab
though-
the car.
Should I be rolling for the climb?
With the elevator cable there, and while they don't have, a stairwell, they definitely would have an actual, because I think most elevators have a very simple climbing apparatus inside them, don't they? It's like handholds for climbing.
I've only ever
Yeah,
seen
there's like a
movie
little
elevator
ladder.
shaft.
Yeah, I thought there was like
Yeah,
a
there's an
ladder.
access ladder.
So yeah, there's no roll.
Okay, so yeah,
Um,
never
Move
mind.
down you do move down 2 floors from the 5th to the 3rd. Or
And I will give the other XP to Finley because he put us in this situation.
I'm the best at adventuring.
I'm so glad my teleporter belt is gone because you jackasses decided to abandon the plan.
Listen,
Horatius,
I'm not.
are you just
I'll
gonna
take a
wait?
lot of damage. I'm gonna wait because I can't see out of the trunk.
perfect. Okay. So on the creature's turn, you hear like everything starts moving and you feel the car getting picked up by the creature. And then it is going to throw the car directly, because none of you guys are in range of it anymore, or it's not visible. It's going to throw the car at the chain link fence to break it right now.
All right, yeah. How much how much damage do I take? Can
So
I
the
try
first,
and deflect it somehow?
you can try to make a might defense against a
Hmm.
level 7 attack.
The only bad thing that can happen is if I roll a 1, correct?
Or if you just die from massive damage.
Short distance is very long.
That's
Yeah,
really
if that's the case, I wouldn't have teleported down. I could have just moved.
Weird.
Yeah, no, the idea of intermediate is, the size of an apartment. You can get to the other person.
Huh. I will grant that teleportation back then. And that also means that as is also has reached the bottom floor if they can double move. Okay. That said, that doesn't change this part where the it's a level 7 attack that they're accidentally
level
inflicting
7.
upon you.
Because
Right.
not that it's not going to do damage. I just don't think it's level 7. Because you're inside the car, and I think that's an asset.
It's not.
True.
Being in a trunk in a car crash is not a good thing to be in.
No.
But it's better than being outside of a car.
It's better
in a
than
car
having the
crash.
car thrown at me.
Yeah, if I had the choice between being in a car or being thrown off a roof,
I think it. Not that it does a lot. I just think it counts as a 1-point asset.
I don't think so, because it's going. Not that I'm arguing.
it's a shield at
It's
least.
gonna crunch around you.
Yeah, can I use it as a
It's-
shield from the damage?
No, I'm not
Shields
in
are
this
speed.
case.
Shield isn't the word we're looking for.
Mm.
My second argument is the chain link fence is not a solid object and will absorb some of the momentum as an asset.
That I can.
I think
get
that's
behind.
countered by level 7 monster.
It will not
I'm
be a
trying
significant
to
enough
I'm trying to
amount.
argue for 6.
It
I'm
will
trying
not
to
be a
argue for
significant enough
6.
amount to impact it.
Okay,
Well,
so
you're going through the fence, is what it sounds like.
but if I roll a 1 on the die, it's really bad.
Yes.
Can I just not roll at all? Just
No.
take.
I think you can choose
No.
always not to roll, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh.
I think you
don't
have to roll.
You have to roll?
I don't know.
Okay,
Okay.
well,
You do have to. The player always rolls, but I'm not sure if that means that player has to roll. I think so because the enemy's acting. So
Okay.
Yeah.
you roll the defense.
so it has to be might. It can't be speed. I can't out.
There's
'Cause
no
you're
way.
in a
You're in a
trunk.
trunk. There is no dodging.
All right, let's level 7. You
is this-
say?
Does this include fall damage from when you go through the chain link
Level
fence?
7 is
and
not
then-
the damage. Level 7 is the
down.
attack.
Is the attack? Okay. Oh no, I failed. Oh, I crit.
It's
Still
still
fail.
0 success.
It is
Fail.
still 0 successes. And
How does that work?
you
Because it's
a crit doesn't
21
count
difficulty.
unless you succeed. So unfortunately, it's a wasted crit.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna spend my might pool on this anyway.
It's not worth it.
You
It's
did.
not
You
worth it.
positioned yourself in the safest position you could,
And it wasn't
and
safe
it
enough.
wasn't enough. You, from the impact, you take 7 points of damage.
Ah. What?
It's not
Can I
that
split
bad.
that? Like, does it all have to go in
Nope.
one pool, or can I
Yep.
do 2 pools?
Cool.
Okay.
It's all in might.
And then
It's all in might because that's what you defended both.
I thought you could, when it's a physical thing, you could choose might or speed.
It depends what you defended with. It's whatever you.
Oh,
Did-
okay. Well,
yeah. Or wait, no, you're right.
it is
Because
it is
you do a
might
speed
damage.
defense, and then you still take might damage.
Yeah, it is might damage, pretty much, because it's physical wounds. This is not poison or other nervous system. Speed is actually the rarest type of damage that I could find.
okay.
General physical damage is might damage. This is might damage.
Oh, wait, hold on. And I still get my armor and my... I would assume this is kinetic energy.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it is.
And the 20 still grants the major effect.
It does.
Should. It should.
I still wasn't sure about
It
that.
just a major effect happens when a player rolls a natural 20. Doesn't say
Okay.
anything about passing the test.
What sort of major effect can I get out of this?
Not
I was
falling
assuming
through the
reduce damage,
chainmail.
but I would say
Not
reduce
falling-
damage even if you get hit.
Not
Dodging.
falling through the chain link fence, maybe?
No, that's fine, because then I'm on the bottom floor with you all and not up here with it.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
thing.
I mean, it doesn't say anything about reducing damage. It does say 4 additional points of damage. So if you want to,
I would bump
that.
it down by 4 points of damage down to 3, because
4 points of damage to 3.
I don't think the book assumes you could fail if you roll a natural 20.
Once you felt it pick up the car, you're like, oh, it's gonna throw me. So you like skittered into the corner
Yeah,
of the
you found
trunk, rolled
Could-
into the
You
post.
found a safety cushion, a literal pillow, an ancient pillow.
I was
I
gonna
think-
say this trunk has airbags in the trunk.
Oh, it's one of those. It's like in case you have to put a body in there who's still alive.
So
It's
I think the book does assume major effects on a natural 20, even in failure, because the max is 30 difficulty.
It is.
Like,
Yes.
It's
Um,
entirely possible that nobody could, do that, but you could still get a 20.
Okay. Then yeah, 3 damage instead of 7 from that. And then
Wait,
your
so
armor.
down to 3 from 7?
Yeah.
The raw damage is down to 3 from 7.
So I take 1 damage because I have armor and my kinetic energy always absorbs 1 damage.
Yep. And then you take 4 might damage from falling.
Which
I
I
don't
think
think-
also technically
I don't think armor absorbs.
That's-
falling.
It doesn't count,
It's
but your
ambient
kinetic,
damage.
it's
That's
ambient
ambient.
damage.
I think your kinetic still counts.
Kinetic would count, yes.
Cool. So then just 3 damage from that?
Yeah.
Excellent.
So 6 instead of 10. As you're
You were
throwing
an
out
egg
of...
that was thrown off of a 5th story
10 would have
floor and
killed
you're
me if I didn't. With
fine.
no reductions, 10 would have killed me. Yep, so it's just
You asked
from
about the
Horatius' point
21.
of view-
So that's.
Yeah.
But yeah.
From Horatius' point of view, it's just goosh, goosh, the car gets thrown and the thing's still moving. He's like, all right, I think I'm safe. And then the car gets picked up and thrown.
Yep.
Hits the chain link fence, hits the floor, and goes poof. Just from the trunk, busts open.
Yep. And then you find
Yeah, no, the
yourself
points of view here are
in an
beautiful.
overgrown, once a street, now overgrown with grass that have like peeked through the asphalt. Yep, very Horizon Zero Dawn-esque in terms of how it looks.
None of us know you're alive.
The rest,
Start.
now it's all of
Poor
your turns.
bastard. We're just looking out the window on the floor wrong. Go to poor bastard. Well, on with it then.
I like to open the elevator and proceed outside of the car park, I guess. Are we
Okay,
still in
I'm-
combat? Are we still
Yeah.
counting combat?
we'll see.
I'm
He
the
might
medic,
jump
so my
down.
intention is to get to the car. Because I'm not expecting to be able to do much at this point.
At least you can salvage the ciphers from his corpse.
You can
It's-
take all the ciphers from my corpse.
Yes, that.
Um,
Or the corpse. I mean, this is the surgeon.
Given that, yeah, if short range is supposed to be closer to 50 feet, then I'd say once you're out of the elevator shaft, you can just barely get outside the building. You're not at the car yet, but you can see it.
Okay.
Technically, as you can double move.
Yeah, I'm not heading to the car. I want to make sure and see what the thing does, if it gets close enough and if it's smart enough. I'm going to stand just outside of the elevator shaft and actually look up and watch for it. I'm kind of going to hold my action until I see what it does.
Okay, you can hold your action if you have something in mind, like if it does X, then you Y. But you can't hold your
If
action.
it looks into the shaft, I want to call up nicely at it and apologize.
Perfect.
Politely.
Yes,
Can't-
exactly.
Sorry, my fault.
Can I
Social-
now that
Pleasant social interaction. Come on now.
now that the trunk is open ostensibly because airbags,
hmm
can I crawl out of the trunk and be like, I'm okay?
You can, yes.
Yay.
And Finley, are you also just getting to the just outside the building onto the main
Yeah.
floor? Perfect. The creature on its turn charges the hole that it made in the fence and jumps out of the 5th floor of the building and
Cannonball.
lands on the car that you just crawled out of.
Good thing I got out of it.
Well,
There's a
I think that
spray.
triggers an action.
It does not, because you didn't look down the elevator shaft.
That's a good point.
mhm.
And yeah, there's a spray of shattered glass and crunching metal, and it looks at you all and roars. It technically takes a small amount of fall damage.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
The only
I
damage it's taken.
I was worried.
That's sure to put us over the top.
Yeah.
Is it bloodied?
I'm not going to answer that.
When faced with a giant rock monster that can jump out of a 5th-story building and it doesn't seem to phase it, I feel the best course of action is to put as much distance between us and the moving mountain as possible.
Very
I mean,
wise.
And
Until it starts
Where-
lobbing
what do
boulders,
we
of
see
course.
around
but-
us? Like, is there another building that we could get into?
Looking around, as in the short amount of time that you have, you don't see any other obvious building entrances. Many of the buildings, now that you're here, you can see many of them actually have collapsed, and so the entrances either are like destroyed or blocked up or things like that.
Is there a building
You
I can run through the wall?
Now that it's your turn again, spend an action to make a perception check to find a good hiding place if you want to hide nearby.
If we all successfully hide and, two of us are out in the open by the trunk at its feet, that's probably not going to work. I could
think-
hide, but that's not.
You're also the fastest runner,
Ninja,
though.
vanish.
We need a big garbage can to all hide in.
I mean,
yes.
okay,
we'll hide
so
in the dumpster and it'll pick up the dumpster and throw it.
so this was a city block, right?
Yes.
Any manhole covers, anything like that?
Probably. Everything is very covered with grass. But yeah, there would be one around.
All right. I can perception check that to like find it, but do we want to head underground?
I need to move.
To get out of here, and you and Killian and names Horatius, aren't they both in immediate range of this thing?
Yes.
I'm a short distance from it because I
That's-
couldn't get up to the car.
Yeah, and Finley's not close. It's just Horatius that's right next to it. And even then,
Well,
Horatius, you moved away from the car, so never mind.
I
No,
moved
no
away
one's
from
right
the
next
car.
to it.
Yeah, I just need to keep moving away
So
from it.
you could try just keep running then.
If you see the thing, I can, try and jimmy it up and get to it. But
You just want to run aimlessly till it stops following us?
Yeah, if it was a territorial yell, we get out of its territory.
I
Whatever
mean,
that
yeah,
is.
if we keep running, it can't run and attack at the same time. It can start throwing things, but that does mean we get further away.
Yeah, we need to run and like go around a corner, and then run and then like go around a corner.
Time to start running. That seems to
I
be
run
the
for the
Alright.
nearest alleyway.
Let's Shaggy and Scooby our way out of this. Let's go.
Yeah.
I assume you're staying together while running.
Yes.
Okay.
We run as a unit, like Scooby-Doo.
The creature, on its turn, will once again pick up the car it just smashed, instead of running after you, and throw it after you. Since you're running together, I'm just going to roll a d4 to see who it ends up targeting by thoughtlessly.
I agree with the
I'm going to
D4.
reroll the d4 once I actually decide who's on that d4.
Yes. Also, where are they running to with relation to me, who is long distance from them all?
After you, in your direction, I assume.
Okay. In which case, I'll just stay where I am, I guess.
Okay. 1 Az, 2 Horatius, 3 Finley, 4 Killian. Finley, you are still the target.
best case scenario.
Yeah.
I could use my step in front ability and gain 2
no, you
armor from
won't.
it.
No, you won't.
Why?
You are too squishy. You will not do any such thing.
I have 5 might pool left.
I have more.
Okay.
Okay. I assume you're just gonna flex the car away again?
Yeah, I'm gonna headbutt it again.
Okay. Difficulty 7. Down,
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
gonna
you got it
spend-
down to 4 if you spend effort, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah! Stronger than Rock Monster!
Perfect. So yeah, you smash the car again.
Yeah, the car falls, we're running away. I stop and hold my arms out and block the car. And I
Yep.
keep running.
The creature
Crumple
roars
around.
after you once again, but stops chasing you. And we exit initiative.
Oh god, there's only been monsters that we can't beat.
Because I didn't move that round, I'm just going to wave and say sorry.
It begins chasing you again.
It
That was
starts.
That is an act of
as all of
aggression.
you were running.
It roars again and then slowly, it's watching you as you keep running. It's not.
He's
doing anything
gonna be
physical.
real mad when that building burns down and his territory's gone.
Oh, we're awful people.
Are we?
We just
Oh,
destroyed the
what?
natural habitat of like at least 3 monsters.
Look at that! Look at those things we fought, and tell me they're natural. I dare you.
Look at the world we live in, and yes, those are natural to this hellscape. Yes.
That's fair.
Speaking of which, do you want me to have the gravity thing back so that you don't, spontaneously grow an arm?
Yeah, I'll hand that back.
Okay. So yeah, after you stop running after a bit, and you find yourselves in an overgrown street. The two up ahead, you can see it comes to what looks like a fairly sizable park. And the skyscraper, there are still skyscrapers right here. You can also see off to the right what looks like just like an alley, but was between 2 skyscrapers. But as you glance down it, you can see there look to be several more alleys that look relatively unsalvaged, is what I would describe them, based
Can
on
we look around for
full
a quest
dumpsters
marker?
and other things.
If we look,
You are
up at
also
the-
supposedly near where you should be.
We're supposed
Not
to
that you went
go.
down the exact same building.
if we look up the skyline, can we see any reference point? Like, oh yes, that was where the good birds were dive bombing from. Or yes, I
Yeah,
remember
because
that. That
the
was
birds
kinda
were
like the church.
based in a spire building, like a needle, Space Needle-esque building. So you can look up and try to navigate yourself near that. It's not far.
Are there any buildings that we could just enter right here if something horrific, I don't know, like the nanobot come on?
Firstly, yes, there are buildings that you could enter. You probably couldn't get far past the entrance, but more like hiding there. But if the fade appears, being in a building will not help. You will need to be somewhere that is either completely vacuum sealed or at the top.
So we need to either go back into a building up higher or go below.
We need to quickly advance towards our quest marker.
Yeah,
Hanging out's a bad move.
Yes.
Can we?
Either we go scavenge or we find a manhole and go down.
Can
Well, I
we
was thinking,
scavenge?
can we reckon based on the directions we got before and what we could see now, what building we should have gone down and where we should be at this point?
Yes, that is what navigating yourself towards the needle would do, because the building you're supposed to go into was basically right across the street from that needle build.
Okay, so we
Yes.
can get on track from here. I'd say we just start heading in that direction.
Yep.
That leads
quickly.
you through the alleys. You can just see it if you start heading towards it, as that will just cut through some of the streets towards where we need to
Pick
go.
up anything nice on the way by.
As we're walking
Probably
around,
get slightly distracted, like someone going down a thrift store aisle and saying, "Oh, I like this thing."
I would like to be sensing danger as we approach.
Perfect. Okay. As you cautiously then go through the alley, please give me an intellect check to sense danger. The difficulty here will be 2.
With help, that is like 0.
With help, that is literally 0.
Yep.
Okay. First, you come across a group of, technically I will roll, 6 metallic dog-like creatures that actually look like dogs that
Snap.
are digging through an old dumpster. When you see them, they notice you and they scatter. But as you continue on, you notice that they are trying to sneakily follow you. They are not succeeding at the sneaky part. You are able to smell them. Yeah. There are several, literal dumpsters here that you can scavenge through if you want to. At one point, you come to a T intersection in the alleys. The other way that you don't need to go, that's not towards the needle, has a large, broken down cyberpunk dump truck there that also might be helpful, but it is also a dead end in terms of navigation.
I'm not so much taking the time to actually go rifle through and scavenge, but as we pass dumpsters, I am looking in and seeing, is there anything right there, nice and easy, that looks shiny and interesting? And just grabbing that.
I'll help with that.
Okay, so a quick pass. Sounds good. That will
I have
be
no idea if that's a roll or...
I'd say higher difficulty or less stuff. I would say same difficulty and less stuff, so it would be a difficulty for scavenging check with it, which is intellect.
So what difficulty?
4.
Sorry? Okay, 4 difficulty with int.
Down to 2 with my perception.
Sweet, thank you. Let's give this a roll.
Okay, sweet. Can you roll 4d10? That's the number of shins that you find. And 1d4.
There's just money in the dumpster?
Well, shins is not directly money. Shins is
know.
things. It's scavenge worth money. And you find 3 ciphers. Let's quickly go through the cipher generation. Roll 3d100.
Split that 18 among the party, so I don't know. I don't want to do math. 2 people grab 4 shins.
Yeah.
3d100, please.
I'll
grab 4.
Okay, and 3d100.
Yep. We shall find out what these ciphers are.
This is a great place for a Roll20 rollable
Definitely
table.
meant to
It would be, except that it's also 200 entries. And I'm not adding a 200 entry table to Roll20 one by one.
24, 28, and 38.
Okay. Well, that's also easy, because it's all in the same book at that level.
I feel like we've gotten one of these numbers before.
Probably.
Watch it be another gravity changer.
Oh, no.
24, 28, 38.
We could use the mind sled to, possess that thing.
You find a disrupting nodule, which I'll describe what that is after. You find a force cube projector.
Ooh.
And you find a hunter seeker.
Like from Dune?
So,
or perhaps a Romulan hunter seeker.
So disrupting nodule. Here we are. It is a crystal nodule that you affix to a melee weapon. For the next 28 hours, each time the weapon strikes, the nodule is attached to strikes. The weapon. Okay, anytime the weapon that you use it on strikes, the nodule is attached to, it generates a burst of nanites that directly attack organic cells. The target takes 1 to 3 additional points of damage and loses its next action.
That's so good.
Oh, can I attach that to like gloves or something?
It is level 6, so it deals plus 3 damage.
That's so good.
Crystal nodule affixed to a melee weapon.
Your fists are a melee weapon.
I will allow it. Just don't let it touch your actual hand, or it might release the nanites onto your organic flesh. But yeah, so yeah, once you use it, the next day, basically, your attacks in melee deal plus 3 damage and makes the target lose their next action. That's crazy good.
That's very good.
Beautiful.
A force cube projector is a wearable bracelet. It creates an immobile cube composed of 6 planes of solid force. 30 feet to a side. Oh, wait, 30 feet cubed or square? No, I think it just creates a 30-foot 6 planes of solid force each 30 feet to a side. Yeah, 30 feet by 30 foot by 30 foot cube in the space. It just sits there. It says it's immobile, unfortunately.
Does it say anything about like it's just there? You can't pass anything through it.
Yeah.
Okay.
For an hour.
For and it 1 hour.
Does it erect with you in it, or is it?
If you want to, it can, depending on where you are when you place it. So I guess that's one way to get rid of it, to save yourself from the nanites for 1 hour.
And then be screwed.
It's level 5 for purposes of breaking through the solid force.
Okay. What was the first thing called again?
Oh, a disrupting nodule.
Thank you.
Here, I got the force cube projector also. Oops.
And the one that's real nice, not the disrupting nodule is bad, is the Hunter Seeker. It is a shoulder-mounted launcher with this intelligent missile tracks and attacks a specified target within long range. It must be within sight when selected. If the missile misses, it continues to attack 1 additional time per cipher level, 1d6, until it hits. And then there is a table for what the missile does when it explodes. We'll roll that when it explodes because we don't know in advance.
Oh no.
But all of them are bad for the target. They're not like healing missiles you could spray it with.
I mean, I'm full up on ciphers.
It is level 1. Oh, well, it'll attack twice. You know, that's still something. Once when you do it, and then 1 additional time.
Can we wait? It has to be within sight. It said.
Sight and long range.
So I'm also full up, but
I think I'm also full up.
Tried desperately to use this gravity changer and cannot find any niche. Should we get rid of the thing?
Probably.
I think so.
Yeah, we can.
Throw it in the dumpster.
Okay.
And if you use it, it doesn't count. So I could just, use the disrupting nodule
now. Yeah.
And then hold one of the other things on.
I think, honestly, chuck the gravity thing for the force cube, because that's just way better, I think.
Yeah.
You get the thingy, and then who wants the Hunter Seeker? Is that just you?
I was gonna say I'll point out that I get potentially more than one use out of that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
What
is
is the cube
fun.
thing?
No,
No,
the cube thing actually would
well,
save your life.
anything but the hunter seeker.
The cube thing could
Like,
save
we
your
have-
life if you need multiple uses of that.
And that means someone gets a teleportation belt because I can only hold 2 of these things, and I got
Oh,
wings.
right, and you still have it back. Yeah.
I have a mask that makes all my ranged attacks benefit 1 step. I have the calm unit, and then I have a ring that deals 5 damage. So I think I just get rid of the buzz ring.
Yeah,
There you
because
go.
you'll just use your ability and even in melee.
Yeah. Get rid of the buzz ring and then hold the hunter seeker.
Yeah. No, we give the hunter seeker to Zen, and then
Teleportation belt comes to you.
yeah.
Okay.
That's 700 feet. You can't take anybody with you.
That would have been very helpful to have earlier. 700 feet solo teleport.
And I'm just straight up using the disrupting nodule right away because that way I can hold 2 other ones.
Yep. So write that down.
And we'll just kind of tuck the gravity changer into a specific, like, behind the dumpster. If we, for some unknown reason, happen to come back, it's right there. We know about it.
That is a really good weapon upgrade, the disruptor nodule. You can go kill that
Yeah,
other thing if you want to try.
It's insane.
Are we
If you hit
right
it,
around?
you'll remove its action. Remember that. So it's
Well,
not
the thing is, it was also organic, wasn't it?
that
Attacks
creature
organics.
looked like it had both. Yeah, when it roared, you saw inside it was a mouth of normal giant teeth and flesh. It seemed to be composed of both organic and non-organic matter.
Like the
Something might
spiders.
actually take damage.
Which
Oh,
means,
no.
yes, it would take the extra damage.
And then can we stash the gravity changer? Are we by the main building we were going to go down before?
We're in the middle.
I think we should stash that somewhere where we can use it if we're trying to get back up, right?
Yeah, but then we'd have to go. Well,
If
okay,
you want to
so
put it
let's
in a
keep
specific
carrying it for
dumpster,
a
you could like
little bit
mark
of
it.
time to like the bottom of whatever building we end up going into, because I don't think carrying it for an extra 10 minutes is going to kill us.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that seems fair. We'll stash it at
Okay.
the entrance to the next building, but I think for now we have to do XP.
I
Yeah.
think we're good. Yeah, I think we end the session with you guys arriving
With loot.
at the bottom of the building that you were originally going to go down.
Yep.
And yeah. Let me check for ciphers. Does it happen immediately when you pick it up? I don't think it is. I really don't think it is.
For cipher danger?
Yeah.
You
I
roll
thought
once a
it was that
day.
when you slept.
Once a day?
Yeah.
Okay, then we're fine. Okay. Then yeah, let's do XP.
It only took us 5 sessions to get down a building.
Mm-hmm.
Across some buildings
halfway
and
down
then
one
a
building.
halfway down, yeah, across some buildings, halfway down a building, teleport back to a previous building, go back to the start, and then go back across the buildings, and then go down a different building, all the way to the bottom. I think that summarizes it.
On the plus side, we burnt it to the ground.
That is now burnt to the ground. That is right. And
It
then we have
will
to find a new
slowly
way
be
up.
burning to the ground. It is a big enough building that fire will take days.
So you're
We have
saying we can go back
irrevocably
that way.
changed the
I'm saying if you
landscape
want
of
to die
this
of
city,
smoke
they will
inhalation.
remember us.
You're welcome to. In terms of discoveries, so things you have discovered this session.
How the spiders work.
You did
Mhm.
discover how the spiders work.
Ding ding.
And then going back over the other stuff you were in.
We got
you've
that message, but we
got
haven't
that.
deciphered.
Yeah,
what
you
it
haven't deciphered anything to do with that weird hound creature. Not that. I think that might be it. Was there something
is.
else?
Just the spiders.
I mean, unless we interacted with the curtain monster.
Library.
You don't know how the curtain
the
monster
library.
works quite, though you can make assumptions that's not the same.
Mhm.
You overcame it, but that isn't the same thing. And
Survival is its own reward.
Survival is its own reward when you were trapped in an endless maze that was slowly draining your mental abilities. I think we're good. Just the one
Don't say
XP for
your,
everyone.
my mental abilities.
It was going to be everyone else's if they didn't successfully immediately leave.
Okay. So how does leveling up work? I
Once
just
you've
hit
taken your
4
fourth of your advances, you tier up.
Okay.
Speaking of which, I'm tier 2.
Me too.
I'm way behind then, because I'm at 3 ticks out of 4 to tier up.
That's
Did you just get your third tick?
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, that seems off because we've been spreading the XP pretty evenly. I think you missed one.
You might have missed one.
Well, we've been spreading the XP evenly, but some of us, we've occasionally been using it to say
Spending it.
no to things.
I've been
Yeah.
spending it more than anyone else because I do the dumbest amount of things.
And I'm
yeah,
a hoarder.
that's not
That's
wrong.
fair. So when you take your advancement, do you get that advancement and then tier up, or does
You get the advancement and the tier up at the same time. When you get the fourth one, you
Yeah.
automatically tier up.
And then all of your check marks just go away, and so for the next time you can pick anything again.
Yep.
And my advancement makes me skilled and medium hitting of things, and speed defense. You know, the two things I use way too much.
Do you just get a thing when you tier up? Is that how this
You
works?
look at what you are for glaive or jack or whatever, and tier
Okay.
up. It gives you that,
Yep.
and then
Oh yeah, you get the choice
the
between
halo
like,
of flame also tiers up.
Yeah, you get like your What is it?
Focus.
Your
Descriptor
type and
and-
your focus.
type of focus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Descriptor never increases. It's just
Yeah.
a one-time bump.
Yep, it's just your starting thing, I think.
I think I will add one to any edge, which will be my intellect edge. So I could do more magic.
But yeah, no, you've made it to what I call the floor as the next area, meta area of this insane infinite city.
Yeah. So we're only getting through one mission, is what it sounds like.
Oh yeah, no, that was always the plan.
So what else do we get on our tier up? Does our effort increase, or is that one of the check marks?
That's one of the check
Effort's a
marks.
check mark.
You had to
Okay,
use a
got
check
it.
mark.
So it has increased since you got that check mark. Now you can spend 2 effort on a roll.
No, I
Your
took
recovery.
the edge.
Oh, I thought you have
Your
to
re-
pick all 4.
No, there's other boxes.
Yeah, I did
Oh,
other.
you're right. You did.
I did other, so I learned hedge magic.
Yep.
I'm
Then never
gonna have
mind.
to read through these, but I could. That's interesting. As a jack, when I tier up, I can take any of the jack things, or I can take lower tier glaive or nano.
Ooh.
So if you want to be
Really?
able to move in action in combat, that's now a thing you can do, I think, because that's level 1/1.
I'll have to look over all of the options because that's
Yeah.
quite a few.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Well,
I'm
we'll
really
chat about
happy
it.
as a glaive. I finally, you know how it says, do not train defense or attack moves. I get my level up in the train in a defense and attack move, which is really nice.
Yep.
Yay.
I get. Yeah. Oh, that actually pasted in right. Awesome.
Oh, good.
Oh.
I'll check like a weapon.
I wanted to ask about that. Since I don't use weapons,
Mhm.
right? Can I energize like what I'm wearing, and then if someone like hits me, they'll take damage?
Touched by anyone but you.
Because it gives the example of the melee weapon.
I would say yes. If you'd have to probably do a might defense because it's very yes if it hits the torso, or if it's like your torso armor. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It would only matter if it's like a range attack, not a melee attack. Range attack would just discharge it.
Yes.
No, a range attack. It's
The range attack wouldn't
So it's
discharge it
touched
at all
by
because it has to be a
anyone.
creature that touches
Oh.
it.
someone has to touch me.
I'm overly amused. You're getting your own halo of flame.
In a way, it's a
But
one-off
it takes
use,
an
though.
action per thing.
Yeah, it's something I like. If I have the energy and I want to just like boop myself, I
That-
can.
Could be really good for augment graft. Yeah.
Yeah, augment graph's kind of nice with that Hunter Seeker because I can bump the level of it.
And just it'll keep trying to hit the creature.
Forget firing off your shotgun. You just fire off Hunter Seekers.
Yeah,
Whenever
you could as an action.
Then let me see, as a nano.
I was somewhat actually surprised that you didn't augment a spinner wire thing to your own body. You can only have one augment at a time?
It's 2, and that teleportation belt was just too sweet to give up
That's
at
fair.
that point.
Yeah.
That's
It's not worth-
700 feet. Like, we could go, someone can go to the roof almost, you know?
Yeah.
I might not need that anymore because I did one of the esoteries I can take now is this, which with my intellect edge is free.
Love those edges, yeah.
Yes, you have levitate. Sweet.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
We can
I think
just
we're
tie
good.
a
Are
rope to
I
we
you.
think we're good.
available for next week then?
I believe so.
Yep.
Excellent.
I should be. I will be iffy on the week after that.
Okay.
But I will let you know.
We'll deal with that when it comes to it. Okay.
Mhm.
Then thank you everyone for watching. This was a lot of fun. You've made it.
We made it down one building.
We
That's
did
still a
it.
milestone.
Milestone XP.
Yes. Okay. Take care.